Welcome to Las Vegas, where we've come for the world's greatest gadget show, CES 2009.
Yes, at the end of day one, we've seen massive tellies, we've seen tiny laptops, we've seen 3D tech, and we've got all touchy-feely with a load of touchscreen gadgets.
But one of the biggest names here, of course, is Sony, and they didn't disappoint. Ruth Owen, here, has been down to check out what they got.
This is Sony's latest ultra-portable Via laptop. Now, they're saying they don't want to compete with the netbooks. It's a brand new type of product, but you can see how people will make the comparisons. As you can see, they've gone for this ultra-wide 8-inch display, giving this rather unusual elongated shape. But you can see how you could maybe slip that in a coat pocket. Now, it's running full Windows Vista, not XP like a lot of other products, which gives you the idea of the power inside. Very fast processor, 2 gig of RAM. Now, there's no touchpad, which will annoy some of you, but that does give you more space for typing. Connection-wise, it's got wireless inbuilt, it's got Bluetooth, it's got inbuilt GPS for navigation. Unfortunately, it's only got 2 USB connections. If you want to hook it up to wired Ethernet or a monitor, you have to get this extra dongle. However, it will output full HD 1600 by 1200 to a monitor. Now, storage-wise, you can get a choice of a solid-state drive or a hard drive, making it a very desirable piece of kit. It will be available for pre-order at the beginning of February from the Sony Star Stores. Keep it locked to stuff.tv for more details. Forget Flip, forget Vado, forget the ZI6, because Sony's Webbie's in town. It shoots MP4 HD images, it's got controls for idiots, basically. You want a photo, you press photo. You want a movie, you press movie. And then you connect it up via USB to your computer. It's got drag and drop, or it's got inbuilt software. What could be simpler? It's even got a swiveling lens. So get out there, get yourself a Webbie, available from March, and get on YouTube. Now, yesterday, Sony also announced their Cybershot G-Series. This is the G3 I've got right here. Now, essentially, it's very, very similar to the T700, 10 megapixel digital compact. Touchscreen interface, 10 megapixels, as I say, 4 times optical zoom, but it's got one secret weapon. It's got wireless capability. Now, we've heard that before, but this is true wireless. You take a picture, you find a hotspot, you hook it up, and you can automatically, one touch, upload to sites like Flickr, like YouTube, like Picasa. You can even do very, very basic web browsing, no Java or Flash, but you can type things in using a virtual keyboard, and even if you have to put in credit card information, it's SSL security, so you can feel safe with it. And you know what? It's not a bad camera either. Plenty of cool stuff there on the Sony booth, but that wasn't all. There was also the X-Series Walkmans, Wi-Fi enabled, also touchscreen. Be sure to check out stuff.tv for Tom Dommore's full hands-on on that. There was also the next gen of one of our favourite gadgets, the Sony Reader ebook. That's touchscreen as well, so you can swoosh through pages with your finger, add bookmarks, and there's 5 different font sizes as well.
5 different font sizes.
Oh yeah, exciting stuff.
We've also been checking out Samsung's loot for 2009 now. They've been following a couple of trends. They've got super thin LED backlit TVs. That means we can get really, really, really good contrast. Very deep blacks, very bright whites. They've also got an internet-connected TV. That's another thing that's been very popular on the floors at the convention centre. That means you can get widgets on your TV so you can check out what the weather's going to be like, what's going on in the news, get straight onto YouTube, all from the comfort of your sofa.
Yeah, I was down at the Samsung booth as well, sorry to interrupt you there.
That's okay.
And I was very excited, so excited that I interrupted you, about Samsung's new P3 PMP touchscreen player. Here's what I thought. This is Samsung's newest PMP, the P3. Now, it's a 3-inch screen, it's completely touchscreen, as you can see, but it also uses the widget system that we've seen on some of Samsung's mobile phones. You've got 3 basic screens, your menu, your home screen that I'm flicking through, and then you've got a screen with all your widgets on it. Now, if I bring up the widgets menu, I can just use a dock to select whatever widget that I fancy using, and then drag it out to the main screen. Completely customizable, just like something like the Toco. But unlike the Toco, the widgets are true third-party applications. Go to the Samsung website, you download them. That's going to give the potential for a lot more exciting applications on your PMP. My favorite is this subway map application. Now, if I zoom in on Europe there, London, as you can see, tube map, completely downloadable to my PMP. Very, very useful. Of course, it will play all your music and all your videos as well. And there's a built-in speaker to annoy people on the bus. Now, no word on availability and prices yet, but it should be available quite early on in 2009. More news as and when we get it. But as always, that wasn't all at the Samsung booth. Now, I wouldn't get excited about a Blu-ray player, but Samsung's new BDP4600 is the slimmest Blu-ray player in the world, just 1.5 inches. It looks like it came out of a spaceship, wall-mounted, very, very sexy. You're looking dubious.
Panasonic told me that they had the world's thinnest Blu-ray player.
Well, it's kind of up in the air at the moment.
Do we need to have a fight over this? They may not have. Maybe Samsung did beat them to it without them realising. They did have, though, the world's slimmest, let me get this right, plasma TV panel at just 1/3 of an inch. Amazing.
Super thin. But it wasn't just me down in the booth. Tom also checked out a brand new concept from Toshiba, didn't you?
Here I go. So I'm over here at the Toshiba stand, fiddling, see what I did there, with their new range of stuff. Basically, there's a lot of things over here, all about TVs, high resolutions, Cell TV, which is capable of upscaling full HD signal to 4K by 2K. Actually looks pretty good. Whole new range of TVs, but the one that's caught my eye is this. Now, it's a concept, but I quite like this whole mirrored finish to it. It means I can maybe get ready for a night out while watching the telly, perhaps if I was only getting dressed from the waist down. And rather than having to shell out for furniture or wall mounts, which apparently is very expensive according to Toshiba, you just lean it up against the wall. I think it would look very good in my bedroom. There's also a 250GB solid state drive in there, so I can record all the telly I want. So Ruth, what did you get up to after that?
Well, then I went to the LG stand and they had a bunch of cool stuff. They had a touchscreen telly, mainly aimed at businesses like hotels where people want to find their way around. But I was using it on a massive scale to navigate around Google Earth. So I was spinning the globe with my hand and then using multi-touch to zoom in. Zoomed in all the way on Islington in London. Not as exotic as Vegas. They also had 3D TVs, another big trend at CES 2009. Looking pretty cool, very good with gaming. Unfortunately, you do have to wear glasses, rather stupid looking glasses, and it did make my head ache after a while, but maybe a trend for the future. And then thirdly at LG, they had a watch phone. Now, these have been a bit of a gimmick in the past. But this one looks quite promising. It's 3G, you can play your music on it, it connects via Bluetooth, and there's even a text-to-speak function, so you don't have to poke around on it. It's very James Bond type of gadget.
I want one right now.
Yep.
Now, I also spied you, because I was following you about a little bit, down at the iRiver stand.
Yes.
What have they got this year?
Well, they've got a brand new touchscreen PMP, the P7, and here's what I thought. This is iRiver's latest touchscreen PMP, the P7. And while it's pretty standard in terms of its talents, what's nice about it is its UI. Instead of menus or lists, everything is laid out in pictorial form on the home screen. So I've got my music there, so that's the latest album that I'm listening to. All I need to do is to go in there and change what I'm listening to. Go back to the main menu, and you'll see the pictures changed. I've got my pictures up there, easily go into that and browse through them with a sweeping motion of my finger. I've got movies here, I've got a voice recorder, I've got radio, and I've even got a text feature. So as you can see, it's pretty standard as far as PMPs go, but it's nice that iRiver recognise that the user experience is just as important as what a PMP can do.
Well, that's enough for day one. I think we've crammed enough tech in as we possibly can. Join us tomorrow for day two, where maybe I'll do some of the work and let Ruth take some of the weight off.
About time too.
Let's hit the tables.